Welcome back our channel everyone, and today we're diving into the world of Australian coin collecting, where tiny copper coins can turn into big money surprises. Many people think the old 2-cent coin is worthless, but the truth is some of these coins are now highly valuable and in demand by collectors around the world. In this video I'll be counting down the top 5 most valuable Australian 2-cent coins, explaining why they are rare, what makes them special, and how much they can be worth today. You might be shocked to learn that one of these coins could be sitting unnoticed in your home right now. So make sure you watch this video till the end, because the last coin on our list might surprise you the most. Let's get started. First up, the 2-cent coin of Australia from the year 1971 is one of those coins that many people remember from everyday life, and today it has become a topic of interest for collectors, historians, and viewers who enjoy learning about old money. This coin was part of Australia's decimal currency system and was widely used in shops, schools, and daily transactions, making it a familiar object to an entire generation of Australians, even though it is no longer used today. The 1971 Australian 2-cent coin was made from bronze and features the famous frilled neck lizard on the reverse side, which is one of the most distinctive designs in Australian coinage. This design represents the unique wildlife of Australia and adds a strong cultural value to the coin, making it popular not only for its monetary worth, but also for its artistic and historical significance among collectors. In terms of mintage, the 1971 2-cent coin was produced in very large quantities, which means that most examples found today in circulated condition are generally common. However, condition plays a very important role in determining value. Coins that are heavily worn, scratched, or damaged usually carry very little premium over face value, while well-preserved coins can attract more attention. When discussing the value worth of the 1971 Australian 2-cent coin, it is important to understand grading. Coins in average circulated condition often sell for a very small amount, mainly as nostalgic items, but coins that are found in uncirculated condition with strong detail, original shine, and minimal marks can be worth significantly more, especially to collectors looking to complete full sets. Some 1971 2-cent coins may also show minor variations or errors, such as off-center strikes, weak strikes, or die cracks. These types of errors are not extremely common, and when confirmed by experts they can increase the collectible value of the coin. Error coins often attract higher prices because of their uniqueness and the story behind how they were produced. Another factor that affects the value of the 1971 2-cent coin is general demand in the coin collecting market. Interest in pre-decimal and early decimal Australian coins has grown over time, and while the 2-1 coin is not rare, collectors still seek the best quality examples, especially those that have never been in circulation and were stored carefully for decades. It is also important to remember that the 2-cent coin was withdrawn from circulation in the early 90s, which marked the end of its use in everyday transactions. Since then, these coins have become historical pieces, reminding people of a different era of Australian money, which adds sentimental value even when the financial value may seem modest. For viewers who are new to coin collecting, the 1971 Australian 2-cent coin is a great starting point. It is affordable, easy to find, and rich in history, making it perfect for beginners who want to learn about grading, storage, and preservation without spending a large amount of money, while still owning a genuine piece of Australian monetary history. If you are enjoying this deep dive into old Australian coins and want to learn more about rare, valuable, and historical currency from Australia and around the world, make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and support the channel by liking and sharing the video so more people can discover the fascinating world of coin collecting. In conclusion, the 1971 2-cent coin of Australia may not make everyone rich, but its value worth lies in its history, design, condition, and the story it tells about Australia's past. Whether you are a collector, investor, or simply curious, this small bronze coin continues to hold a meaningful place in the world of numismatics and in the memories of many people. Next up, the 1973 Australian 2-cent coin is a remarkable piece of the nation's numismatic history, and it carries with it a story that dates back to the introduction of decimal currency in Australia in 1966, when the nation decided to move away from the pounds, shillings, and pence system to a more modern decimal system, and the 2-cent coin was introduced as one of the smaller denominations in circulation and today. Collectors and enthusiasts seek this coin for its historical significance and its unique design elements, and it is often remembered for its depiction of the frill-necked lizard on the reverse, which was carefully designed to capture the natural beauty and distinctive features of this iconic Australian reptile, and the obverse features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which remained consistent across the decimal coin series and represents the continuity of the monarchy in Australia. The mintage of the 1973 2-cent coin is particularly interesting because it reflects both the demand for small change at the time and the beginning of a gradual reduction in the usage of lower denomination coins as inflation made their practical value less significant, and collectors often note that the 1973 issue was minted in relatively large quantities but due to circulation where very few coins survive in pristine condition today, and this scarcity of high-grade examples makes them highly sought after for numismatic collections and auctions. And the coin is made from bronze, which gives it a distinct reddish-brown color that can develop a unique patina over time, adding character and making each coin slightly different depending on how it has aged and been stored. When discussing the value of a 1973 2-cent coin, it is essential to consider its condition or grade because coins in uncirculated or mint state can fetch significantly higher prices than those that have been circulated and worn in everyday transactions, and collectors use a variety of grading standards, including good, fine, very fine, extremely fine, and uncirculated to describe the quality of a coin, and even small differences in details such as the sharpness of the lizard scales or the clarity of the queen's hair can dramatically affect the market value, making careful inspection a key step for anyone interested in acquiring this coin. And the 1973 coin is often featured in auction catalogs and coin guides as a highlight for decimal coin collectors. The history of the 2-cent coin is closely tied to Australian culture and the economic conditions of the 1970s, and during this era the country was experiencing shifts in both population and industry which influenced the demand for coinage and small change, and the Reserve Bank of Australia and the Royal Australian Mint were responsible for ensuring adequate supply and quality control for coins of this period, and numismatists often study these production patterns to understand the economic story behind each coin, and the 1973 2-cent coin serves as a snapshot of a period in which the country was still adjusting to decimal currency, and the coin's survival to the present day offers a tangible link to that moment in history. Collectors of Australian coins often look for varieties and errors in addition to standard issues, and while the 1973 2-cent coin does not have widely known major errors, it is not uncommon to find minor variations such as slight differences in strike or planchet flaws that can make a particular coin more desirable, and coins with these unusual characteristics often attract premium prices at auctions, and these small details can become a fascinating subject for study as they reflect the production process and the human and mechanical factors involved in minting coins at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra. Investing into cent coins like the 1973 issue has become a popular choice among numismatic enthusiasts who seek both historical significance and potential financial return. And while the coin itself is a small denomination, the value in collector markets can be substantial depending on rarity and condition, and careful research is recommended for anyone interested in buying or selling because knowledge of market trends, grading standards, and provenance can greatly influence the outcome of a transaction, and informed collectors often consult specialist coin dealers, numismatic catalogs, and online auction records to determine fair market values for their coins. The design of the 1973 2-cent coin continues to capture attention for its artistic and cultural significance, and the frill-necked lizard depicted on the reverse was chosen to reflect the unique wildlife of Australia, and coins like this serve as miniature ambassadors for the country's natural heritage, and the level of detail achieved in the coin's design is a testament to the skill of the engravers and the minting process, which involved careful planning and precision, striking to ensure that each coin met the high standards expected of national currency. And today the coin is admired not just for its monetary value but also for its aesthetic appeal and its representation of Australia's identity. The 1973 2-cent coin also provides an interesting lesson in the evolution of currency and how society adapts to changes in monetary systems over time and as inflation and economic growth continued through the 1970 South and 1980s. The practical usage of small denomination coins decreased, leading to the eventual withdrawal of the 1 cent and 2-1 coins from circulation in 1992, and this makes surviving examples of the 1973 coin even more important for collectors because they represent a stage in history that no longer exists in everyday transactions, and each coin holds both numismatic and educational value. For those looking to collect or display the 1973 2-cent coin, proper handling and storage are crucial to preserve its condition, and collectors recommend using acid-free holders, coin capsules, or albums that prevent exposure to moisture, air, and contaminants, and avoiding cleaning the coin with abrasive materials is essential because this can damage the surface and reduce its value, and over time coins that have been carefully stored and maintained can develop a desirable patina that enhances both their beauty and their historical character, making them a centerpiece for any collection and an excellent talking point for anyone interested in Australian numismatics. Finally, the 1973 Australian 2-cent coin is more than just a piece of metal. It is a window into the economic, social, and cultural fabric of 1970s Australia, and it tells the story of the country's adaptation to decimal currency, the artistry of coin design, and the enduring appeal of small denomination coins in numismatic circles. And whether you are a seasoned collector, investor, or someone simply interested in history, this coin offers insights and enjoyment, and through careful study and preservation it can continue to provide fascination and value for decades to come. And subscribing to a channel that covers coins like this ensures that viewers can gain in-depth knowledge of numismatic history, learn tips for collecting, and discover the hidden stories behind each piece of currency. Next up, the Australian 2-cent coin from 1974 is one of the most interesting decimal coins ever released, and many people still find this coin in old jars, purses, and inherited collections. And because it was used heavily during everyday transactions, millions were struck, yet only a small percentage remain in high-grade condition today, and collectors all around the world are still searching for the best preserved examples, which can be worth far more than face value, making this coin exciting for beginners and serious collectors alike. And this video will help you understand everything about the 1974 2-cent coin, from history to value and collecting tips. The 1974 2-cent coin was issued during a time of strong economic change in Australia, and it was minted at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra and features the iconic frill-necked lizard designed by Stuart Devlin on the reverse and Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, and it was composed of bronze, which gives it the distinct brown color that collectors recognize instantly. And because the coin was used daily, most examples show wear, which plays a big role in determining how much the coin is worth today. In total, tens of millions of 1974 2-cent coins were produced, which makes the coin common in circulated condition. However, common does not always mean worthless, because collectors pay close attention to grade, surface quality, color, and strike, and coins that remain bright red or red brown without damage are much harder to find, and these higher quality examples are the ones that can sell for impressive prices, especially when professionally graded. When talking about value, a heavily circulated 1974 2-cent coin with clear signs of wear is usually worth only a small amount over face value, and may sell for a few cents to $1 depending on demand, but once you move into uncirculated condition, the value increases significantly, and a clean glossy example can be worth several dollars, while a top-grade mint state coin can reach tens or even hundreds of dollars at auction. One of the biggest value boosters for the Australian 1974 2-cent coin is errors and varieties, and collectors love coins with off-center strikes, double strikes, clipped plankets, or die cracks, and these error coins are rare and unique, making them highly desirable, and in some cases a dramatic mint error 1974 2-cent coin can sell for hundreds of dollars or more, depending on how visible and unusual the error is. Color also plays a massive role in value because bronze coins change over time, and a coin that has retained its original red color is far scarcer than brown examples, and collectors often pay a premium for red or red-brown coins. And if a 1974 2-cent coin is graded As mint state read by a professional service, it can achieve very strong prices compared to lower grade brown examples. Another factor that affects value is grading and authentication, because many collectors are willing to pay much more for coins that are encapsulated and graded by trusted companies, and grading confirms the condition and authenticity of the coin, which increases buyer confidence and reduces risk. And if you believe you have a high quality 1974 cent coin grading, it may be worth considering. For collectors, the 1974 cent coin is important because it represents a classic era of Australian decimal coinage, and while production stopped in 1992, these coins remain a nostalgic reminder of daily life in Australia, and many people collect them as part of year sets, mint sets, or complete cent collections, and demand remains steady, especially for higher grade pieces. If you are searching for a valuable example, always look closely for sharp detail, minimal wear, smooth surfaces, and original color, and avoid coins that are clean scratched or damaged, because these flaws reduce value dramatically. And storing your coin properly in a dry protective holder will help preserve it for years to come and keep its future value strong. If you enjoy learning about Australian coin values, rare era coins, and hidden treasures still found in circulation, then this channel is made for you. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update, because every week we explore valuable Australian coins that could be sitting in your pocket right now. And who knows, your 1974 cent coin might just be worth much more than you think. Next up today, we are talking about one of the most interesting small denomination coins ever used in Australia, and that is the 1975 Australian cent coin, a coin that many people once ignored, but today collectors all over the world want to learn about its history, rarity, value, and future potential. And if you are someone who loves old coins, Australian currency, or hidden money treasures, then this video is going to be extremely important for you. So stay with us till the end, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel for more deep coin value videos. The 1975 Australian cent coin was issued during a very important era in Australia's decimal currency history, and it was part of the bronze coin series, introduced in 1966 and produced in very large quantities by the Royal Australian Mint. Yet, despite high mintage numbers, many of these coins were heavily circulated, lost, damaged, or melted after demonetization, which is why good condition examples and special varieties are now gaining attention among collectors. This coin features the iconic frill-necked lizard on the reverse, designed by Stuart Devlin, which became a symbol of Australian wildlife on everyday currency, and the obverse carries the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machen. And when you hold this coin, you are literally holding a piece of Australian history from the mid-1970s, a time of political, economic, and cultural change across the nation. In terms of composition, the 1975 cent coin was struck in bronze, made from a mix of copper, tin, and zinc, giving it its distinctive brown tone and solid feel in the hand. The coin weighs just over 4 grams and has a diameter of about 21 millimeters. And although these technical details may seem small, they matter greatly when it comes to identifying genuine examples and spotting counterfeits or altered coins in the collector's market. Now let's talk about value, which is the most exciting part for most viewers. The standard circulated 1975 cent coin is generally worth only a few cents to a couple of Australian dollars, depending on condition. However, uncirculated coins that retain full original luster and sharp details can sell for higher prices, especially when professionally graded and stored properly. And premium mint condition examples can sometimes reach surprising prices at auction. There are also collectors who search for era coins and varieties from the 1975 cent series, such as off-center strikes, weak strikes, double strikes, or planchette flaws. And while these errors are rare, when found they can significantly increase the value of the coin, sometimes reaching hundreds of dollars depending on the severity and visibility of the error, which is why examining every old coin carefully is always recommended. One important thing to remember is that cent coins were withdrawn from circulation in 1992, and many Australians cashed them in or discarded them, not realizing that future collector demand would grow. And today, as nostalgia rises and younger collectors enter the hobby, interest in low denomination decimal coins is increasing, making the 1975 cent coin more desirable than it ever was in daily circulation. If you are looking to sell or buy a 1975 Australian to-cent coin, always check market trends, online auction results, collector forums, and coin dealer price lists. Condition is everything in coin collecting, and even a small difference in wear can mean a big difference in price, so never clean your coin, as cleaning can destroy value. Instead, store it in a proper coin holder and handle it carefully. For long-term collectors, the 1975 to-cent coin represents an affordable entry into Australian numismatics, and while it may not make you rich instantly, it holds strong historical appeal, educational value, and gradual appreciation potential over time, especially as surviving high-grade examples become harder to find and as more people realize that even small coins can have meaningful value. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1975 Australian to-cent coin and want more videos covering rare coins, valuable coins, error coins, and hidden money from your pocket, then make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with fellow coin lovers. Every subscription helps the channel grow and allows us to bring you more long, detailed coin value content just like this. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Next up today, we are exploring the Australian to-cent coin from the year 1983, a small bronze coin that many people still remember from everyday pocket change. This coin was part of the Australian decimal system, introduced in 1966, and by the early 80s, it was one of the most commonly used coins in the country. The 1983 to-cent coin features frilled lizard on the reverse side, designed by Stuart Devlin, while the obverse shows Queen Elizabeth II. This was a time when Australia was still producing large quantities of copper-based coins for circulation, and millions of people used them daily without thinking about future collector value. The 1983 Australian to-cent coin was minted at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra and had a very large mintage, which means many examples still survive today. The high production numbers make this coin very common in circulated condition. Most coins were struck in bronze, which is a mix of copper, tin, and zinc, and they weigh just over 4 grams. The coin has a smooth edge and a diameter that fits easily in the palm of the hand. Because of the large mintage, collectors usually find this date without difficulty. When we look at the value of the 1983 to-cent coin in Australia, most circulated examples are worth only a small amount. These coins usually sell for their copper value or just slightly above face value. In average condition, circulated coins may be worth 1 or 2 cents to a few dollars depending on copper prices and overall condition. However, uncirculated examples that were never used in daily trade can be worth more, especially if they retain original color and sharp details. For collectors, the real interest in the 1983 to-cent coin comes from condition rather than rarity. Coins graded in high mint state condition can sell for higher prices, sometimes reaching tens of dollars, if certified by professional grading services. Coins with full mint luster and no marks are harder to find because most were used heavily before withdrawal. To-cent coins were officially withdrawn from circulation in the early 90s, which adds a nostalgic appeal. Error coins and varieties are another reason people search through old 2-1 coins, although no major famous errors are associated specifically with the 1983 date. Minor errors such as off-center strikes, clipped blankets, or weak strikes can increase value significantly. Any unusual feature should always be checked by a professional coin dealer or grading expert, as error coins often attract strong interest from collectors. Historically, the 1983 to-cent coin represents the final decade of Australia's smallest denomination. This period saw rising metal costs and inflation, reducing the purchasing power of low-value coins, eventually leading to the withdrawal of the 1 and 2 cent coins in 1992. Because of this, the 1983 issue is often remembered as part of everyday childhood spending and school tuck shops, making it popular with nostalgic collectors. If you are holding a 1983 2-cent coin today, the best way to protect its value is not to clean it. Cleaning can damage the surface and lower collector appeal. Store the coin in a dry place, preferably in a coin holder or album designed for bronze coins. Keeping coins away from moisture helps prevent corrosion and discoloration, which can greatly reduce value over time. For people interested in starting a coin collection, the 1983 2-cent coin is a great entry point. It is affordable, widely available, and connected to Australian history. Collecting different years of 2-cent coins allows beginners to learn about grading metal composition and minting history without large financial risk. It also opens the door to other Australian decimal coins. Now, if you are enjoying learning about Australian coin values and history, make sure you support the channel by subscribing, liking the video, and sharing it with friends who love coins. Subscription helps bring more detailed coin guides, value updates, and collector tips straight to you every week. Your support motivates us to keep creating long, in-depth videos just like this one. To wrap things up, the Australian 2-cent coin from 1983 is not extremely rare, but it holds a special place in Australia's numismatic story. Its value depends mainly on condition, errors, and collector interest. While most examples are common, high-grade coins can still be worthwhile whether you are collecting for fun, history, or future value. This small bronze coin remains a lasting symbol of everyday Australian life.